Yeah, I think the green's gonna stay. Cheers to the black coffee lovers out there. So, today, guys, I am so excited to showcase and demo Rival Steel Fitness. Who is Rival Steel Fitness? They are not a huge brand in the community, and that is why I really wanted to get their gear in to try it out and test it out, know if it's capable of what they say it is, to make sure that you guys are getting the right decisions for your equipment at home. And I think there is such a need for wall rack systems because a lot of people are working with spaces a premium, bro, in a home gym. And these guys, I think, are gonna make waves. First of all, who's Rival Steel Fitness? Rival Steel Fitness is out of Michigan. It's a father and son, Andrew and his dad. Started this in 2020. There was a need for gym equipment back then. So they were trying to come up with their own gear because everyone was trying to get home gym gear and it was so freaking hard to get. It was all sold out. So they went and started their own company, Rival Steel, and they've been continuing to do it since. So the craziest thing about these guys is they're running this out of their garage still. All their stuff is in their garage. These guys are just freaking hustlers, man. And I love the small home gym business owner world and the love and passion. I've talked to Andrew, FaceTime him like 10 times, getting his ideas and thoughts on his Sidekick here, his racks, his gear, picking his brain, understanding what he's doing for the home gym community. And, you know, I think this is going to be another gem for you guys that I found. And I'm really excited to showcase their products for you. And for this video, what we're showcasing, this is their 3x3 11 gauge steel 1-inch hole wall rack with their Sidekicks is what they call, which is a high and low pull system, and this would store into the wall so that if you're looking for something with minimal space, this can be attractive to you. So what I want to do is kind of break down the pricing, the shipping, delivery options for them, and then what you would get with this system, what you would need separately. We'll do a raw workout, and then we'll just kind of talk about the end, my thoughts on this type of product. Again, I've used the Sidekick once. You know, me and Andrew, the owner, you know, we spent, this is actually last night on FaceTime, going through all this just because this is brand new, this Sidekick. And this is their second version, and they're continuing to add more things. And my job for them is to really make sure they dial this in to make it perfect for you guys. And I love companies that are really trying to offer you guys good products. Anyways, I'm rambling. That's the name of the channel, English Teacher Vibes. So, like I was saying about shipping and delivery and local pickup options. If you want to get the dual Sidekicks and the rack, that's under $1,000 shipped using code Luke's Garage Gym. So yeah, I say, hey, you guys got a code for my audience. If you guys want to end up buying this because the video is helpful and it looks like a good fit, you get some money off using code Luke's Garage Gym. You get 3% off your order. Save money, dude. Save your cash. It goes a long way and it supports the page. Code Luke's Garage Gym at checkout. Again, supports the page if you want to do that. What I think is really cool about these guys they offer is shipping to the continental US. I'll put all that here for you guys so you have an idea. They don't offer free shipping. Bro, their freaking stuff is out of their garage. They don't have a warehouse. They're tiny. You know, the goal, and he told me yesterday on the phone, he was like, man, I hope one day we can get a warehouse so that we can have more production and we can get shipping. Man, I hope so. Because I hear passion in people's voices and I really want to help them the best I can. So they do have pricing for shipping here in the continental US. Or if you want to get local pickup, you know, you can reach out to them on, so how you would do, you go on their website, you message Andrew on Facebook, you talk about what you want, and you can meet them to pick things up. Or they also do delivery in a radius here, and this is the cost. It was really cool, the whole experience. They came out to Katrina's house and delivered the gear that I was going to do videos with. And the guy was so freaking nice. It was his buddy from college. He dropped off the gear. It was in his SUV, all boxed, really, really nicely packaged. Which it's kind of cool that it was like just a local guy delivering stuff. Cause like I've had a lot of issues with, and this is the company's fault. UPS or FedEx, this has happened multiple times where things are banging around the truck and then your stuff gets damaged. Whereas the only thing this is getting damaged is if homie's gonna get in a freaking run into something driving, which drive safe, bro, please. But you know what I'm saying? Everything was in good condition. And I mean, they're doing this with care, bro. They're freaking packaging stuff, getting the stuff out of their garage, man. This is insane. It's so cool to see that. And it's so cool to see that they're continuously building their brand so that they're offering the best for you guys. So there's shipping, there's local delivery, and they offer local pickup. So there's multiple options for you guys. Just in case you want to go get it if you're close by, or you want to get it delivered, or you're like, I'll pay the shipping, whatever, it looks good, I'm going to do that. Anyways, what I want to do next is talk about the specs of this system, and then we'll hit that raw workout, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, so let's give you guys some specs, and what exactly do I have here that Andrew provided for the channel for review. Shout out to Andrew for providing the products for review. You're a real one, and I'm happy to sit and help you guys grow your page. So I'll have a seat, that way I can talk to you guys. What I have here in this package deal, so you can get their wall rack package, and you would get in this, spec-wise, 3x3, 11 gauge steel, 1-inch hole laser cut number rack. And then what you would also get is your bumpers over here. So if you're wanting bumper plates, guys, storage for the bumpers, they don't have storage. I got mine on Amazon. So if you go to lukesgaragein.com and you go to my Amazon storefront, I have the ones that I got. I just put 3 of them here and I put it on the wall. You might have watched my short where I did a little just showcasing and putting it on the wall for you guys. So they work great. It was like $40 for 4. I just have 3 in the wall. I have an extra in case I wanted to go somewhere. So I got the plates, I got the rack, I got the Sidekicks. Then I also got spotter arms and J-cups. And then just wanted to double check that, run through everything. And then obviously the stringers come with the wall rack here. The flag he just gave just for aesthetics. So that, when I went on the site, that came around $1,500 for all of that. But that's the whole package. That's everything. With the bench too. So I don't freaking forget that. I'm freaking sitting on it, bro. What are you doing? So that's a lot. Because now, like I said, if you want just the rack and the Sidekicks, it's under $1,000 using code Luke's Garage Gym, shipped to your door. And that's 3x3 11 gauge steel with the high and low pull systems, which is very good. But obviously you're gonna need plates, you're gonna need a bench, you're gonna need a bar, and cable attachments. I mean, you can get the Yes for All ones on Amazon, they're fine. You know, they get the job done. If you're wondering, because this is a budget, right? And I feel like that's very affordable. There's not a whole lot, especially like this out here, these type of systems, there's not a lot. Like PRX, you know, they have theirs, but it's expensive. It is, but, you know, rightfully so. Their stuff's nice, bro. It is, but it's got, you know, their stuff is usually like 5/8 holes, and this one's 3x3, 1-inch. So yes, you can get attachments. The attachment levers out there, you can. And guess what? If this is the wall storage options, you could get some bike hooks that I've showed you guys in some of my videos and store your attachments. So it's just a whole entire wall organized system that, you know, is, I think, affordable. Obviously, you gotta pay shipping, but at the end of the day, you're still getting quality with 3x3 11 gauge steel, 1-inch holes, and these uprights here. All right, y'all, so the first thing I want to do is showcase for you the spotters. So these are what the spotters look like. Like, these are nice, man. Like, dude, shout out to them. These aren't light by any means. These are not junk. They're not. These aren't, you know, for a more affordable option. These are pretty decent. They got some heft to it. So it's just, they just go right here in your 1-inch holes and they lock in like so. Very simple. And then for your spotters here, it reminds me of the Vesta Fitness ones that I had. I'm pretty sure that these are how those went. And this right here would go into the 1-inch hole like so. And then you would twist to the right. And then it catches in the upright to where it's not, bro, This is not going anywhere. And if you're super concerned about this going anywhere, I can show you guys real quick. On the back side, I can show you, I'll just grab a pin here for you. You just grab your 1-inch pin, which we got multiple down here, and you just grab it, you put it here, and then it'll just lock in so that these things are not going freaking anywhere, bro. So I think that's just really a nice little addition that they add to these, because it's just a safety thing to make sure that if you're going heavy, I mean, these are thick, bro. 3x3 11 gauge. Like, you want to make sure these aren't going anywhere. And that's pretty nice here. And they also do have, oops, here we go. And if you guys can tell, they also do have the 1-inch holes here, which, I mean, I don't really think it does much, but I know some people want to get crazy and put them on both sides here. But that's how those get set up. And obviously you would set it up on the other side if you want to be able to do your bench press, or set it up a little bit higher to do squat, which I will show you guys. Now, I always forget that these exist. I probably do this in every freaking video, man. There's a landmine down here. So if you guys don't follow my buddy Brandon, Uncle Brando Fit on Instagram, he actually posted some videos. He does it in my garage gym. Give my boy a follow. He makes great, one of the smartest dudes I know, my best guy friend. Doing workouts in here. He's actually showcasing the landmine. It just has a 1-inch pin here, and then you just would clamp it with use this here and just make sure it stays, you know, nice and snug. It doesn't go anywhere. But the landmine, again, you got to get it separate. Just keep in mind this, guys. The spotters, the J-cups, the landmine are separate to the system, which is honestly very common. I notice with wall racks that are, you know, 3x3 11 gauge. You know, especially like it's a father and son business. Like I said, you know, as they grow and grow and grow, those things can be added, but I think it's a must. If you're looking into a system like this, you got to get spotters. You got to get J-cups. The landmine, this is just me. You have to let me know in the comments. I would never use that. I'm just not a landmine guy. But I think for someone who is just getting a wall rack, you want to unload as much versatility and functionality as you can. So maybe it does make sense to get this. Or if you want to get something even cheaper than this, you can go on Amazon. I'm sure you can find something cheaper and would pin down here and do the job just as well. Anyways, let's go into the Sidekick. All right, so I have dual Sidekicks. Realistically, one can get most people by because you use it for your high pull and low rows, curls, tricep push downs, and then you have the front of the rack for bench squat rows. You really get a pretty dynamic workout. Get some dumbbells, adjustable dumbbells, and then, I mean, you've got a lot, dude. So let's talk about exactly how this even works. So I'm going to take off these plates here. So I actually got these green clamps that they provided, which are pretty cool. I do like that they offer different color schemes. That's unique, man. They're not just all just black for everything. They have different colors, and they also provided for the bench here the covers so it matches the rack. Let's be real. Like, your home gym's your baby, and everything that matches it just looks really cool, and your neighbors are walking by, and they stop and look and say, dang, bro, this guy's got a sick gym. So the green, pretty freaking sick. All right, anyways, so I'm just going to take off these bumpers, and then I want to showcase exactly how this is set up so you guys have an idea of how the system would work for you on just one side. Right now where it's at its lowest spot. So how this works right now, and this is the newest version that they're going to offer on their site, is, and every single person who buys this, you know, because you liked the video and, you know, you wanted to go get it, or you already bought it, they're going to offer is a bolt with a rubber stopper here, so that this pin that they used as a safety stopper is a thing of the past. It's done. That is one thing that I should be a freaking engineer. I gave him advice on. I said, bro, there are different things we can do for stoppers. You know what? They went and did it. It's a bolt with a thick rubber stopper that would make it so it would sit flush on it. And it would also, you might notice too, when I put plates on, it kind of, when it sits here, it's kind of shifted a little bit. right when it sits here. When you pull it up and it gets off of the stopper, it moves fine. You'll see in a second, but the new bolt and the rubber stopper fixes a lot of those issues. Again, tweaks here and there. And it's the beauty of a home gym business, man. You're always trying to get better. And that's the companies that I think do the best, is always listening and always trying to improve. So again, put that there as your stopper. And then from there, it's just if you wanted to do any low pulling movements, you grab this and you're freaking rolling, dude. And it's smooth. It's very smooth. So they advertise this as 1-to-1. Don't you worry, I got the luggage scale, because I know you guys are really, really wanting to make sure I use my $20 Amazon tools. This guy's crazy. Maybe I'll get the gauge tester. Oh my God, my $12 Amazon tool. This guy's insane. Oh, anyways, so it glides up and down the upright. Now, the design of this, what I think is really cool, is you can store this out of the way if you're wanting to use the front upright. So right now, realistically, where this sits, you can put your spotters here, and you can put your J-cups, and you can squat, which I'll show you guys. I'm gonna squat. Don't make fun of me, because I can't do a lot of weight, because my knee is freaking shot for squats. So be gentle. But how it's set up here, you can do your spotters, you can do your J-cups, you can squat, and it's out of the way. That is why this is unique, because they have the cables in the back here stored out of the way, so the front uprights, because think about it, you're only working with 2 posts, bro. That's it. This isn't a four post power cage. So you're able to utilize the front uprights for your main lifts, and this is out of the way. Now, I want to show you in a second, if you're wanting to do bench, obviously this is not going to be ideal. This is going to be in the way. So this is what you can do. If you're wanting to bench, all you would do is grab this, and you would go all the way up here to the top, and then just get your pin here, and then you just store it just like that. Now, obviously there's slack here, but who cares? What are you gonna do? Get scissors to it while you're benching? It's not a big deal. And now you're able to put your spotter, your J-cup, and bench, which I'll show you guys that too. So that's the uniqueness of this design, is that they're able to get 2 posts and able to get a system like this, and you're able to do rows, lat pull downs, curls, tricep push downs. You can do hip abductors. You can do standing leg curls. You can do lying leg curls with the bench they have, or if you want to get your own bench. There's a lot. And when you're working with minimal space, you want to be able to get something that can do a lot and get a good workout. And does this provide this? Yes. Again, I'm going to show you that in a second, but that's how this is set up. That way you guys have an idea of how this works before we really start to showcase this. I want to show you real quick is the high pull and the pull-up bar, and I want to show you guys after my workout how this stores out of the way, and I'll act like I'm done with my workout and store it out of the way, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, so when it comes to your high pull, let's say you wanted to use the high pull here, and how this is set up right here, you can't, obviously you can't do it. Where's the freaking carriage gonna go, bro? It's gotta go that way. There's no room left. So, get your pin. So this pop pin keeps it secure. Get your pin, drop it all the way down to where it sits flush on the spotter, and then you utilize the top, and there you go for your lat pull downs. So this is how much cable slack you do have here, which, I mean, think about it right here. You line up a bench. Look at where this is. There's plenty of cable slack, and I'll show you guys lat pull downs, and I'll show you how I set it up for heavy, because as of right now, they don't have a telescope row or a telescope lat pull down. Again, your boy's a freaking engineer at this point, and I should have freaking showed you guys. I came up with this telescope row lat pull down thing they should put together, kind of like this freaking monstrosity, but we tried this and put it on here. It's too much. It eats up too much of the uprights. It didn't fit. So they're going to come up with their own that doesn't eat up much of the upright, and you can have the leg holder and the row plate, and you're able to do that. But for now, I can show you a couple hacks around that. Again, the system seems attractive to you, but that's how you would set up the high pull. And then the one thing that I will say is pretty cool, that that I'm gonna grab this and show you guys. Now, we just really got this rolling here, so I haven't done this yet, but essentially what you can do is this backside can be utilized as a Smith machine. If you wanted to put your bar in here, you would take these off, and then these would come off, and you can use the Smith machine on both sides if you're wanting 2 sidekicks. I haven't done it yet, to be honest with you. I'm probably gonna wait to do that because I really more wanted to showcase the system, how it works with the sidekicks and the rack with the spotters and the J-cuts. But again, that goes to show, guys, that this thing, bro, has a ton of functionality and versatility in not a very big footprint for the system. This pull-up bar is every single standard traditional pull-up bar I've ever seen on a wall rack, which I've only seen one in my garage. And that one did not have all the different colors like this one does. So this is just your standard straight pull-up bar. You know, it doesn't have any multi-grip. But it is nice as 1-inch holes. Not sure if there's aftermarket or other type of pull-up bars that you would rather have, but it does just set on these pins here. And then if you're wanting to obviously store this out of the way, which I'm gonna show you at the end of my workout, you would just pull the pins off and then you just store it out of the way and then put it back on when you're ready to use it. Now, this pull-up bar does not have any knurling. I know people out there who love their knurling, this has a 0. So, I mean, in a garage setting, I wish there was knurling on this. It would be nice to have. I know people do is they get some freaking tape and tape up there, or you could easily just get, because I know people like neutral grip. To be honest with you, if I were to do pull-ups, which, honest, I couldn't tell you the last time I did a pull-up, but maybe I should go freaking do them. What I would do, and this is, they don't have these are Kensui Fitness. These offer multi-grip, neutral grip capabilities, which I would rather just, if I were getting a system like this, I'd go buy these. I wouldn't even freaking put my hands on this. I just wouldn't. That's just this is how I work with neutral grip. And you just set these up here. And then you're able to get neutral grip pull-ups like so. And these offer knurling. And they got a million of these on their website. These are like $30. And I highly recommend these for anyone who gets like a straight pull-up bar or anything in a fixed system that's straight. You want to get more neutral. These are a game changer, bro. Highly recommend them. Honestly, I'm just going to leave them up here because I'll probably do is maybe I'll go start doing some more freaking pull-ups. I feel inspired. All right. That's just, I don't know, pull-up bars, not for me. With the Kensui grips, that's a chef's kiss, bro. And before the workout, I know I've said it a lot. I should have said this in the beginning. Luke, how tall is the rack? I know, I should have said it. If you know me, you can see and notice, wow, Luke, I noticed that there's no holes up there. So you're like, ooh, Luke, it must be under 94 inches because all the other racks over there, your Echo rack is in the ceiling because it's 94. You're a good subscriber if you know me. This is 89 inches. So again, as someone who's 6 foot and you need to have, I would highly suggest you need your standard 8-foot ceilings or a little bit less because it's not going to fit. Your head's going to hit the freaking ceiling. If you're doing pull-ups, if you're a taller person, it's a mess. So again, as someone who is 6 foot and a half and coming up here and doing a pull-up on full range of motion, still got about 2 inches from my head. It's the ceiling at 89 inches tall. And we'll put here the whole dimensions for you guys, the width of this. It takes up less space than my wingspan. And then it comes about around like 11 or so inches off the wall, which I can show you guys. I'll measure when I fold it, how much it comes off the wall. 'Cause I know that's important for people wanting to put these things on the wall for space-saving aspects. All right, y'all. I know, you're like, Luke, where's your freaking Amazon tool? My God, bro. You're not a reviewer? Where's your Amazon tool? Jesus, bro. All right, so we have here is our luggage scale. I'm just going to make sure it works. Oh, man, this is... Woo. Oh, you know what, guys? You know what I should have done? Should have taken off the freaking pin. Jeez. No wonder why you're a freaking goof, bro. All right, so I'm just going to make sure this drags. Okay. Wow. Oh my God, that's almost heavier. Okay, so I want you guys to see this. Okay. So I'm gonna let this go so that way you can see. That's 0. I want you to see that that's 10 pounds. Yes, 10 pounds for all you people out there with eyeballs. Great job. Extremely proud of you. All right, let's pull. Oh my God, that's at the top. Bro, that's more. It's pretty consistent though. I mean, let's drag it together like this. And all the way. I mean, dude, I would say it passes the test. That passed the test. Great job, Rival. Great job. All right, so here's the raw workout for you guys. I mentioned in a lot of my polls that I want to do more of this in my review impression videos. I'm not going to do all 4 sets because I don't want you guys to get bored as crap, but it's important to hear and sound the pain and the grunting and the sound the machine makes and where it is. Because, like, the hardest thing about home gym equipment is a lot of these companies don't have the ability to go test things before you buy. So this is the best I can try to do for you guys demo-wise. I know a subscriber actually went to Andrew and his dad in the garage and tested stuff. So if you do want that, reach out to them too. But this is the best way I think you guys can get a good feel. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do incline, because I want you guys to see if I can get in this and do incline on a wall rack. And I also just did flat press 2 days ago, so I'm trying to mix it up. So remember, the first thing you guys would have to do, so this is already stored out of the way. We're gonna get our other Sidekick, store this out of the way, because you need these front uprights here for your incline. So let's first set up, I'm just gonna kind of eyeball this for you guys. And then these are gonna be these need to be a lot higher up. All right, so let's get this off. This is all eyeballing. I wanna make sure that I don't freaking hurt myself because I'm trying to be a meathead here. All right, so we'll stay here for now, and then I'll pin that in a second. And then you got your other spotter arm and Jacob. Again, these are a must. You gotta buy these, man. If they're too expensive, you can go buy freaking aftermarket ones on Amazon or freaking Temu or wherever the heck you want to go buy it, or Marketplace. But I don't know, man. These are nice. It's no freaking reason why you go with what they already have. All right, so we'll get the other one set up here, and I want to make sure that I have this. That's a nice thing about these laser cut numbers. You can see exactly where it is, so that I'm not kind of freaking sitting here guessing on where to pin this. Okay. All right, pin this here. Pin it from the back. Let's go. Come on. All right. And got our bench. So this bench, it's got a cage design here. It's got the Rival Steel logo. It can store uprights on wheels. You know, it's not junk by any means. So they did a pretty good job with this. All right. Now, next thing we got to do is we're going to get our barbell. So this is actually, I'm grabbing is their gold bar. Freaking breakfast at Tiffany's over here. My girl Katrina, my lovely lady, she loves her fancy items. This reminds me of what she wants me to get her soon. Nice gold finish. All right. And just make sure the incline's set up exactly how you like it. And then we'll just kind of shimmy in here, kind of play around with the setup. So it's nice. See, I can go forward here. That means that you can get inside this and do incline, because some of these systems are so close to the wall, your range of motion just sucks. You can't get in and do it. All right, so I don't need to impress you with all my freaking crazy weight. All right, this is more just to see how it looks and feels. All right. So I've got my 45s on. That came with the package. Got my green clips. Got my gold bar. Bro, I love the freaking aesthetics, man. We're freaking aesthetic. All right. So we got a little bit of a little future playing. All right. Let's just see how this feels and rocks on this rack. My goal is high intensity to failure. And the nice thing about these spotters, if I fail, I just rest it there and walk away. Guys, have your freaking spotter system ready to go. I would hate for someone to try to be a freaking meathead and nothing to spot them and you get hurt. All right? Okay, let's see how this feels. Oh, so don't make fun of me in the comments if I can only do like 3 or 4. I haven't done bench in a while. Ugh. Ugh. I could have gotten 10. Wow. It feels great. And I'm not going anywhere. And the nice thing is if I'm gonna go heavy, you know, this thing, it's not really shifting anywhere. But that's how you would set it up for now. Let's put a little bit more weight on this and see how it shifts. And I'm gonna push the camera to the side so you can see how it looks. So I actually ended up, as I thought about it, I ended up taking the clip off so that I get, this clip is 1 inch. Over 1 inch of range of motion I'm missing. So I want to be able to get as full stretch as I can. Again, I'm telling you, once they get a leg roller, man, this is going to be a game changer. That's coming very soon. So that's where this does get tricky right now until they get that, is just like feeling extremely comfortable planted when you're going heavy. You know, I was doing lighter weight, it's fine. You go heavy, it's a lot of workarounds until, again, they get that leg roller. But again, that stuff's gonna be coming soon. All right, so let's get this set up. And let's rock. 1, there's full stretch. 2, yeah. I mean, range of motion is great. I mean, it's, again, I'm like kind of on my tippy toes, but the bench isn't going anywhere. So it works. And it's a temporary thing right now. And it gets the job done in a small space. All right, so here comes the convenience of, you know, having a second Sidekick just for maybe like a superset or functionality. Because these plate loaded systems, man, you know, it's not like a pin loaded where you can just freaking rip and go boom, 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 and go. You need your plates, all right? So I'm gonna do is the shoulder, and I'm gonna use the bottom here so you guys can see how the low system would work for you guys. All right, so first thing you would do is obviously we're gonna drop this down. So something I actually did to get this stored out of the way, I just clipped the carabiner here on the back side. That way it's just kind of out of the way. And then it just sits up here. And then when you drop it all the way flush down, it will store it here. Keep it where it needs to go. And then from here, we can do is a low, just a side raise for you guys. I'm gonna grab my Rit Fit handle here. All right, y'all, so I wanna showcase the bottom here. So one thing they did offer on this, and I'm gonna keep this raw on how it is set up. So they offer this little piece here that connects each bolt so that it doesn't swivel and it keeps it flush. So they are offering a 180-degree swivel option soon, but this keeps it compact, and I freaking just kind of, I have it set up here, but it's gonna stay intact just so you guys can just kind of see how it is. So this, again, I want you guys to see, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, just how a shoulder raise is on the lowest part. If I can even get a full stretch based off of the trolley system. And I did 10 pounds a second ago, I couldn't even do it. Oh my God, I am freaking weak. Shows that a 1-to-1 is freaking hard, bro. All right, let's grab up here. Let's get as close as we can to the upright. Oh, oh yeah, that's smooth, bro. That feels good. 5. Now, could obviously just put my arm right here. Let's see, if I go any higher up right now, it's gonna hit the top. So, you know, if you're probably over 6'2", you might have to find a different, maybe do like a kneeling or a side, but I can get full range, bro. All right, let's do the other side. We're gonna grab here so it's not in the way. 2. It's smooth. Still trying to figure out my arm placement, but it right here, since there's no weight here, because it's freaking heavy, it wasn't touching me, so it worked out. All right, so I feel like the simplest solution that you could do for this is, I've done this with pivot arms. Before he comes out with his row pedal plate that you could set up for this in your leg holder, is honestly what I personally have done. One thing you can do is, I mean, I just freaking, you know, I just push my foot up against the freaking, right here. And I'm just like, I am just completely, all my weight is against the freaking stud against the wall here. And I can just do a row and I get complete range of motion. And I'm just pressed against this upright and this landmine, and it's freaking good range of motion. And I don't have to go set anything up. But I want to show you something else you guys could try. All right, y'all, you remember when I said one of my first purchases that I wanted for my home gym back in the day? It was power blocks. And guess what? I'm going to show you exactly how you could utilize them for a row. So with these, I'm gonna make sure the handles here on both sides, because I don't want the handles to get messed up. So this is a simple thing you can do until they come out with their own rowing system here. And then you just set your feet up like this, and then you just grab, and you're freaking rocking, bro. You gotta have 2. If you have 1, it's gonna tip. 2, you got more weight distributed here over just having just 1. So you could do is get a 45, press a 45 against the upright, press it here, put your feet up. Those are very basic, simple hacks around these things. Again, until they come out with the other attachments. So a tip that I offer for Rival for your horns here, since it's not exactly 2 inches, and I had a feeling I was going heavier, and this is a tip for Rival to offer on their site, or you can get these at Bell Steel. These are axle collars. They're more narrow, so they can fit a lot more flush here so that they don't slide, because I love Milo to death, and homie gets really curious, and I don't want to see him freaking hang out on the side over here as I'm using the green plates, and it falls, and I mean, 45 pounds could kill him. So, axle collars for using the horns here, guys. That's actually a pretty common, I noticed that with PRX. I needed an axle collar. The regular collar didn't fit, it would slide off. So it's just something to keep in mind. Rival can offer, or you can go buy. They're pretty cheap. You can get them anywhere. Not even Bell. It's probably on Amazon. All right. And so let me show you one more real quick then, the demo. That way you can see that. It's not flying off now, because that was freaking literally, when I was going here, the right side was tipping, and Milo would have been crushed. So axle collars, guys, that's a must for safety in your puppers. Ugh. Ugh. All right, so last thing I want to show you guys is squat, and then we're gonna wrap this up. Again, long videos, but you gotta see demos, man. This stuff's so important. Again, axle collars, your best friend. We're gonna leave the plates here because we're gonna use these plates for what we're doing here. Yeah, you can even see these don't even fit on the weight horns on the wall because they're 2-inch, so shows that these are definitely smaller, and those axle collars are needed. All right, so if you're wanting to do a squat, guys, I honestly suggest how it is right now, you're fine. You know, I'm just gonna, how I got this set up, I think it's just how I have it tight here. I'm just gonna leave it here. Honestly, I'm probably gonna put this one just to be on the, how I have it with the cable here. I'm just gonna store this one out of the way on the side. That way you can show you it's makeshift, and we're still able to do what we want, and things aren't in the way. All right, so let's just put our collars here. All right, so then next thing you need is your J-cups. You know, you just gotta figure out exactly where you want the bar to go. It's a nice thing about it, getting these 1-inch holes in the hole space, and you kind of play around with where exactly you're gonna want the bar to sit. It's got one more here. So I got one more hole before I hit that. So we'll see how this looks. This will be a good test to see. I actually can go one more. It's pretty dang close, where I can only go right there unless I use the pin there. So I got it set up to where it's flush here, 23, and then 23 on this side. And the carriage is still not in the way completely if I were to put it up here just to makeshift. All right, let's get the bar. I'm just going to show you just how it's set up, how it would look and feel utilizing this. So if I were to put my bar here, all right, and obviously you want to put your spotter, and I'll do that in a second. You know, you got your bar, and you are able to freaking rock and roll, and you're able to rack this, and nothing's in your way. So this is perfect for 6 foot. Now, if you're, you know, a little bit taller, you still got 3 hole spaces here. You'd have to drop your trolley down here to get it more out of the way. But at my height, I have it pinned exactly in the 23 here. This sits perfect on my back. All right, let's do a quick demo, just a plate with the spotters, and then we'll do the final thing. It is absurd to me how freaking weak I am. Yeah, guys, your boy is extremely weak. I'll tell you right now, my depth could be better. Easiest solution for this, the J-cups fit perfect, is put your trolley here at the top if you want to get more depth. I know my range of motion is not very good. Honestly, I'm really scared of my knee of getting deeper, but You can see at 6 foot, I got these perfect. You can drop these down more. You probably, realistically, probably want to go like 2 more down. I'm fine how this is. And then you're able to get full range of motion with this movement. Hey guys, I was sitting here on my crap. I wanted to mention this. So with my $20 luggage scale that I know you guys are loving, the tip or just a reason to why it was a little bit more is because you're pulling the carriage. I FaceTimed and called the owner and I was like, hey, how much do you think your carriage is? He said it's about 7 pounds. So that's why it's a little bit more. It was almost closer to 30 because of the carriage. So just wanted you guys to know that's why. So. And with the rubber stopper they're offering on the Bolt is like the rubber stoppers you get underneath your weight stacks. So it's going to be just like that. So stay tuned, guys. Looking forward to that. And when I get that in, I'll make sure I make a video to show you guys. All right, y'all. So Milo wants to be a part of the action here. I want to talk to you guys first about the good. I always tell my students, let's talk about the good, about the lesson or what we presented and showed you guys. So the good. 3x3 11 gauge steel, 1-inch holes, 1-inch hole spacing, and a Sidekick and the wall rack. I even wrote this down for you guys. Thank you, Milo. So this is the only, this is what Andrew sent me. This is the only 3x3 11 gauge type 1-inch hole cable system rack on the market for less than $1,000, shipped to your door using code Luke's Garage Gym. That's what the man said. I'm telling you what it is, all right? Is he lying about 3x3 11 gauge steel 1-inch holes, 1-inch hole spacing in a cable driven system that's embedded in the back and you're still able to do your lifts in the front? Is he wrong in that way? No, he's not. He's got it right there. So that's a pro. Another pro is that these companies, like I wrote this down here too. These companies, I keep saying these companies, Rival, is a small business who is going to really work hard to give the best product. So they're not, just this big hot shots, think they're better than everyone else. Like companies, like they're small, they care, they love about their products. They're going to continue to improve. This is a version 2 of the Sidekick. They're going to have version 3, 4. And I know for a fact that anything that's new version, they will offer for you guys to make sure their customers are happy. All right. Just like they're offering the rubber stopper, a section for the Sidekick here, free of charge for people that want to buy this or are already buying it. That's huge. If your customer is spending a lot of money or you're coming out with a new version of something and it's not really that costly for you to make, give it to them. Because guess what? They'll want to come back. So that's great. I love that. So another pro of this is that it does not take up a lot of space. It's 89 inches tall, so it's a tall rack and you can do a lot with this. You have your cable system. You have the frontal rack for bench, squat. You can do a row or shoulder press. A lot of versatility in small space. Another pro is the color scheme options. That is rare to find. There's not a lot of companies that do that besides Rogue and Rep. Off the top of my head, I know there's probably others, but that's cool to see they offer that. Now, the green was out of stock when I looked, but they did say they got new stock in, and hopefully that's what changed. Another pro is they do offer local pickup or delivery, which is more affordable if you don't want to pay for shipping. That's definitely, not everyone does that. A lot of companies do that at all. I know like Echo does like their warehouse. You can pick up the warehouse, it's cheaper, but like it's pretty cool. They deliver it and it's just like one of their guys delivering out of their car. It's not FedEx, UPS, so the packaging is in good shape. I think another pro of this, let's be real. The cable system was smooth and it checked out as a 1-to-1 ratio. How are rollers on a one upright going to last for 2, 3, 4 years? I have no clue. That's where it's fun to keep this and keep playing with it to see over time, does it eat up your rack? Does it cause a lot of issues? And the only way to know is to keep testing it. But this is the only one that I noticed that it gives the free space of the upright still do lifts, because like Revolt, the one I had, it would eat up your rack. This one, you could store out of the way at the bottom or the top. You still got your front uprights here for bench and squat, which you could show that 6 foot I was able to get in there. People much taller than me are probably going to have a hard time getting in there if you wanted to get 2 side kicks. If you just had 1 side kick like this, you'd probably be able to get there if you're taller to utilize more of the hole spacing here. All right. And I think at the end of the day, guys, you can't complain about 3x3 11 gauge steel, to be honest. All right, so what are the cons? There's still tweaks to this cable system. Number one is I definitely think a 180-degree swiveling design is something that would be huge with this. So you're not in a fixed position. You want to move around, like a traditional trolley system, or figuring out some sort of solution to get this into like a pop pin up and down trolley to where it can go down and up and it stays out of the way. But I don't know. That's a crazy, Dial Motion's the only one I see doing that, and they're freaking insane. So that would be tricky, but at least having this on a swivel so you don't have to use this long piece here to keep it from not moving back and forth would be great. I think that's huge. But again, that's probably version 3 or 4 that they could offer down the road. Another con is not having a leg holder. Having to set up plates or dumbbells. What if someone doesn't have dumbbells or they don't have enough plates? They're going to be having a hard time setting it up, so they're going to have to go DIY more options. They're going to have to go buy like a freaking 2 bags of freaking sand and just put their feet against it. I mean, it's definitely not bougie. Will it get the job done? Sure, 100%. But they are offering that, and your boy did give design offers to make sure that would be offered for you guys. Pull-up bar definitely has no grip. I would suggest Kintsugi Swissies for neutral grip options because there's no grip. I think if you don't have humidity control in a garage, you're going to slip and fall and break your neck. So I would suggest getting either hockey tape up there or Kintsugi Swissies. Would not advise using that in a hot environment. It's proceed with caution. And another con would be that they need to offer axle collars on their Sidekick, because if Milo's over there, I had their green clip, that tips over, he's crushed. So axle collars, my guys out there, Andrew and your dad, offer for the people. Honestly, send it to the people. Anyone who bought it, free of charge, because that's something that I feel like the people will really respect and listen, because again, I'm here to make sure they have the best product possible. I'm giving the best feedback. Those little things will go a long way. And that's kind of where I'm at. We have a long ways to go with this. We're going to do another video probably in a month here, another couple more videos. We're going to keep using this, testing it. Any new versions, things, I'm helping them, making sure they get the best products out there. And the nice thing is, if you want to get this and there's new versions, they're going to have you covered. I'm going to make sure to do everything I can, because your boys out there making sure your hard-earned money is used in the right ways. If you do like anything Rival, use Luke's Garage Gym at checkout, guys. Saves you 3%, supports the page. Luke's Garage Gym, put in the code, check out, supports me. Again, get a small kickback creator to make these long freaking videos for you, because I love doing this to help you guys. Cannot wait to bring you more content soon in Luke's Garage Gym and Rival Steel Fitness. It's Luke for Luke's Garage Gym. See you guys later. Cut that, Katie. Oh my God.